I am dead. The story I am about to tell is one I can barely believe myself. It happened a few years ago on a field trip to a college with my high school science class, and I've rehearsed it so many times that I can almost convince myself it belongs to someone else. It doesn't. It's mine. It's true. The bus smelled like warm vinyl and the ghost of cafeteria food. I had the window and my reflection fogging the glass when No one wanted to sit with me, so I ended up with Daniel, the quiet kid who flinched whenever I shifted and kept their eyes fixed on a phone that never lit up. People said they never smiled. People said a lot of things when they thought you wouldn't turn around. The sky felt too low when we pulled onto campus, a seam of winter light soldering the buildings together. Our tour guide's voice kept rising like a question as they pointed at brick, at lawns, at dorms with curtains drawn against midday. Buddy system, our teacher said, and I glanced at Daniel. They didn't look up, just nodded to the ghost in their hands. We drifted with the group from hall to hall, clean classrooms, glossy plaques, the faint tang of lemon disinfectant layered over older dust. I think it was the smell that made me first notice the wrong building. The air got colder. A breeze lifted and settled the hair on my arms. The guide hurried past a squat structure with covered windows and a sign I couldn't read because someone had bolted a newer name over the old. We were shown physics labs and student lounges. Daniel moved like a shadow beside me. Then, they wasn't beside me at all. Bathroom? The guide guessed when I looked back. Yeah, I said, and slipped away when nobody was watching. Daniel stood at the back wall, studying a door in the wainscoting. I wouldn't have noticed without them. Hey, I whiz, they didn't turn. Their thumb slid across a dead screen. The door groaned when we pushed. A ribbon of colder air uncoiled and touched my face. Stairs fell away into a blue, dark space that smelled like damp paper and something briny, like the fish market on the edge of town after a storm. The walls were close enough to breathe on. As we went down, I saw the writing, charcoal, pen, gouge, layered on paint. Not alone. Always watching. Some lines kinked into a language my eyes wouldn't hold. Sharp little hooks that tugged when I looked too closely. At the bottom, the world opened into a low room, lined with tattered plastic that shifted as if something on the far side was breathing. Water gathered in the dips of a concrete floor, reflecting a sickly light from a single bare bulb, humming like a gnat. The smell tightened in my throat. Daniel, in block letters, was written over and over in different hands that weren't Daniel's. They sat cross-legged in the middle of the room, phone in their lap, as if waiting for a lesson to start. "Do you see it too?" they asked without looking at me. Their voice sounded like it had already been used that day. See what? My whisper felt rude here. Everything else spoke in little sounds, the plastic shivering, the bulb's insect hum, a slow drip I couldn't locate. The little girl. Daniel raised a finger and pointed to the wall where the plastic bowed inward, as if something had leaned against it from the other side. The shape was the size of a child, this absence of air. She keeps writing it. I told myself the light flickered. I told myself the building breathed. I told myself 1,000 safe lies. As a line opened in the plastic, no pen, no hand, just a dark seam that dragged itself sideways, trembling. The cut made letters. The letters made words. I am dead. The laugh that followed was small and delighted, the sound of a secret being kept. I felt it on my neck as much as I heard it, warm and wet enough to make my skin pebble. I said too loudly. My voice bounced and broke all at once. Come on. I grabbed Daniel's sleeve and reeled him up the stairs, while the plastic rasped and the bulb buzzed like a mouthful of bees. Halfway to the top, Daniel stopped. She doesn't like when you don't listen. They whisper and flinched so hard their teeth clicked. I didn't look back. I couldn't bear to give the dark the attention it was asking for. The door fought us, then yielded all at once, and the classroom felt like a stage we had stumbled onto too early. Somewhere above us, students laughed as if we hadn't been gone at all. The tour guide was waving a brochure in the hall like a flag. No one had noticed. Daniel and I didn't talk about it. We found the group. We finished the tour. We rode home on the bus with frost on the windows and someone's tinny music leaking from earbuds like a mosquito in the aisle. I kept my eyes on my hands. Daniel kept theirs on the dead phone, their thumb moving as if answering messages that never arrived. I didn't remember any of it until a few days ago when Daniel messaged me for the first time in years. Hey, do you remember the basement? I stared at the words until they blurred. We met for coffee. We didn't drink. They told me they'd done research and their voice did that used up thing again. Before it was a college, it was a children's hospital. The windows were sealed during outbreaks. Parents left toys at the door. The negative pressure wards were lined with oilcloth to keep breath where it belonged. Names got written on the walls when charts got lost. Sometimes the kids practiced saying things the adults said, as if learning a language could save them. I am okay. I am brave. I am not alone. I am dead. Then, a stiff sound that belonged to a different mouth. So, she was a patient, I said. That's all. Daniel didn't answer. Behind their eyes, I saw a flicker, like static catching. She wanted someone to see her, they said. She chose us. That night, my bathroom mirror fogged in a room that wasn't warm. The words were neat and childish where my breath should have been. I am dead. I wiped, and they came back. Somewhere in the pipes, traveled up through the walls and found the hollow under my tongue. I'd tell myself 1,000 safe lies. I open my phone in the dark and watch a typing bubble blink until the battery dies, until the hum of the house takes on a voice and learns my name.